At the end, I'm going to do my favorite things to forever retouching, and it's creating a stamp and of course working in camera raw. And we can do actually a lot of changes in this final stage. Sometimes I can totally change the character of my image just in camera raw at the final stage, because even now when my colors are sorted, they're very solid, but it doesn't mean this is the final look I want to achieve. You do in Photoshop as much as you can to get the desired look, and final composition you can actually change a little bit in the final stage in camera raw. So I'm going to press Command or Control Option Shift and E to create a stamp. It's going to take a while because it's a huge file. I was mentioning this to you before. And straight after, I'm going to change that into the Smart Object. Control, in both cases, and then convert to Smart Object. And let me rename this into final stages. And I'm going to filter and camera raw filter. So at the end, there's a few things I like to change. For sure, I will be working with the highlights, shadows, and contrast. I still want to get a little bit more out of the highlights. It doesn't mean you have to do this, of course. I just like my images to be dynamic, and this is my style of working. But of course, you will do whatever you will be asked for, or you will do whatever you want. And just a little bit of contrast. Let's have a look. Before, after, not that big change as I was expecting. Could even add maybe a little bit more, maybe 1 point more. And once we do this, we can actually start doing something more with colors, if this is the thing that we want to. So I would go to the panel called Hue, Saturation, Luminance. And first of all, I will do just a little bit work with the hue. Reds, I don't have that many reds. Actually, only one place where the reds exist is the model lips. But for sure, there is something I want to do with oranges. I want to turn them into a stronger color. Maybe even getting a little bit more into red. And also yellows, I think they are too soft. So also I would push them a little bit more in the orange stage. So this is the 2 points I would do. About the saturation, I need to see how the more oranges would work for me. Yeah, a little bit less red. I don't really like the red colors on the images. I want to see how the yellows, we don't have that many yellows. Mostly it's dominated by oranges, of course. Before, after. As you can see, I like this color more. It's more dynamic, the darker color we have. And the other thing that you are able to actually do, as I said to you before, once you set the color, you can fully change this, because we have very solid blue color over here, and we can actually work with this a little bit more, much more, if we want to really precise the color that is already here. So whether you would like to go more with purples, you could do this, though I believe it would be a very bad idea, because purple doesn't suit this image at all. Though going in the other way, this case in the cyan, actually would give to this image really amazing look. So I believe whether we would stay with these settings or set the look more cyan, depending on the customer wish or on your wish, that could actually work with the image. So this would be around the final look, maybe more into blues, something like that would be the look I would desire. Something around this look really nice and interesting, but I feel it could be a little too much. So something in between would be the look I would like to have. So this would be pretty much the ending point of my work. After that, you can just hit OK, and whether you want to do something more, maybe you can do with the techniques I did. If this is not the look you desire so far, if this is the final stage for me. Always working with camera raw is pretty much one of the final stages, and this is the point where I'm actually finishing the color grading my images.